The animation opens from where the previous part ended, as we see the Justice League team fighting off the Anti-Monitor. Meanwhile, Kara realizes what she has done after she had mistakenly killed the Monitor. She ran straight to him and held him on her hands. The scene shifted to the Anti-Monitor, now very huge, as he prepared his energy warp while the Justice League has no clue on how to stop him. Back to the Monitor, we get to see him elevate himself above ground level. He then powdered the whole spaceship while also using his powers to teleport the whole Justice League crew in a different universe, at least saving them from the wrath of the Anti-Monitor for the main time. So many months later after the whole event, Superman and Hawkgirl, Shara, are both busy still trying to locate the remaining heroes. Just as Hawkgirl was already losing faith of finding any of the heroes as they have been searching this particular planet for months now, just to end up with nothing. Hawkgirl immediately then spots something from her radar, only for them to find out it was Wonder Woman as she is now frozen in ice. Superman then brought her to their spaceship, and we get to see another Superman from a different universe. Superman doesn't believe she is dead, so he proceeded to heat her up with his lasers, which was successful as she's alive. Hawkgirl narrates the whole story of how she and Superman has been searching for her for 8 months. Diana is very sad as 1 billion people have died, and she believed none of them should have experienced such. They also informed her that the universe they are in now is known as the Bleed, and it is a very unstable dimension that exists outside the multiverse. The scene cut to Superman giving Diana a tour of the spaceship while we get to see some human survivors. He tells her that in this planet, space and time collide here as each Earth's past and present are constantly in flux. At the space lab, they informed Diana of the death of the Monitor, and she is shocked that he is dead. Diana believed that he was immortal, but just then, Dr. Hoshi explained to her how he had died in the hands of Supergirl. The scene shifted to Earth 1, where both Superman and Diana goes to meet Miss Lane and other heroes. Meanwhile, at the other part of the planet, we see hundreds of dinosaurs roaring and approaching Earth 1 while also attacking the humans. The Justice League prepared to face them, which they did so when things became more intense. After a long extended battle between the Justice League and the dinosaur, they heard another loud sound coming outside Earth 1 shelled lines. Just then, the bigger dinosaur then started to approach them with some military men shooting at the creature from behind. They introduced themselves to Miss Lane as they are just a motley collection of grunt lost in time, trying to keep the dinosaur away from hurting people. As they left Miss Lane, they told her they are nobody but just a bunch of loser. Meanwhile, at Earth 10, Joker is pretty much happy with the disaster occurring while also laughing with Two-Face. Ivy informed the Supreme Leader that Mount Vesuvius just phased into Central City and it is erupting. She informed them that they can't continue leaving and bleed anymore as it is a death sentence for all life on every Earth. Meanwhile, Joker kept on making fun of the whole situation. The Supreme Leader then informed them that he has an ace up his sleeve, which is a card that, if played correctly, could save them all. The Supreme Leader then goes to a secret room where he is seen torturing a prisoner. He ordered him to call his friend, which he, the Supreme Leader, would love to speak to. The scene then cut, and we see the Justice League waiting at the top of a building. They got some information from Commissioner Montoya. It seems the bad guys has a plan of stealing modern weaponry. They have been waiting for them for long, but just then, they get a blast at them. Only for us to see thousands of army of vicious Nazi killers, armed with the rogues' deadliest weapons. A battle breaks out as Batman began eliminating them one by one. One of them exploded and many began shooting at Batman. As Batman fight the Nazi soldiers, he is then exposed to Scarecrow's feared toxic gas, which made him hallucinate. But luckily for him, he was saved by his teammates. Batman is then taken for an emergency transmat. Meanwhile, Kara is busy explaining to Batgirl about her first date, but just then, she told Batgirl that she knows that she is just doing all of this to make her not fall into depression, but Batgirl then told her it was not her fault, she killed the Monitor. Just then, they got an alarm as someone is materializing on the transmat platform without proper authorization. Immediately, Luthor then came in informing them about the Bleed tearing itself apart. They examined and found the problem added is Earth 146 that was causing the whole problems. Meanwhile, Aquaman goes to communicate with his wife Mara. She informed him that she could see the danger now, which is already forming in the sky and it really massive, and releasing some kind of energy like the waves. Aquaman then demanded to go back to his planet to go save or die with his people, and he can't just leave them to die. The antimatter wave then destroyed the planet. Meanwhile, Wayne is now out of danger and conscious. He speaks with Dr. Elizabeth Chapel. She examined him about his health, while she also informed Wayne that the anti-monitor somehow found them and also made way to destroy Earth-146, while also informing him that Aquaman is gone and even 2 more Earth been destroyed in the last 2 days. Batman immediately goes to meet Dr. Fate to question him, while he also informed the team about the old man he saw when he was hallucinating, which was Old Barry informing Batman what could end all this. But since Batman was under the influence of Scarecrow's feared toxic gas, Dr. Fate then uses his power to try to know if what Batman had then was just an hallucination or it was real. We then found out that it was a very significant event and quite real, as it was the Flash trying to give Batman the answer. John Stewart then informed them of a homeless man who is a sorcerer, who said a lot of crazy stuff, whose name was John Constantine. So they plan to track him down. At Earth 18, we get to see Constantine at a bar discussing with a guy. As he did so, Batman and then came in with his crew. Seems the bar guys are willing to start a fight with the Justice League, which they eventually did so, but this was a bad idea as they were easily defeated. Dr. Fate is surprised that the Constantine is very old, as he is even older than the multiverse itself. The scene shifted to Earth 2. Havoc and chaos befall on them. We all see the Flash on his duty as he saves many lives, only to find out that all this chaos was caused by the Anti-Monitor, who began to destroy the planet. They question why the Anti-Monitor is suddenly able to locate them, so they are of the opinion that someone inside the Bleed might have leaked their information. They seems to suspect Lex Luthor, who bloodily admitted he did so. Back to Dr. Fate, we see as he cast his spell as he combined all their energy to help Batman investigate Constantine damaged memories and perhaps find his connection to the multiverse and this crisis. Batman goes to the future with the Constantine and he is shocked at what he saw. The Constantine informed him that it is all real as the Earth was invaded, conquered, and this was all Darkseid doings. Batman found out that it was Constantine who sent the Flash to write history. Back to Lex Luthor, Miss Lane is mad at him for what he has done. He informed them that they would have died anyways. He also admitted that he contacted and made deal with the Anti-Monitor only for him to have data and know more about the monster they are all facing in order to have a chance of surviving. Just then, the Anti-Monitor then arrived again, destroying another planet. Kara is mad at herself that she caused all this as she was the one who eliminated the Monitor. Lex Luthor kept on digging for more information on how to stop and kill the Anti-Monitor. Lex Luthor believes his strong light power to affect the Anti-Monitor could eventually kill him. So they believe 52 suns should generate enough light that is powerful enough to kill the Anti-Monitor. So he believed that Superman is the only one capable of absorbing the whole light, capable to destroying the Anti-Monitor, but by him doing this, he might eventually die but not sure yet. Meanwhile, Batman and Constantine goes to Apocalypse, which is the home of Darkseid. Batman figured that the only way they would have stopped Darkseid was to simply eliminate him before the invasion. Flash is then seen with Darkseid as he is a fixed point in time, nearly indestructible. Constantine and Batman watch as Flash kill Darkseid. Meanwhile, we get to see Superman as he goes to absorb the light from the sun only for Kara to pass him and began heading towards the sun. Superman begged her not to, but she insisted to as she believes it is all her fault as she was the one who killed the Monitor. So when Superman goes to stop her, Adam stopped him, and this alone made Superman furious. But he was informed that it is already too late, and they need him now as the Anti-Monitor is back. Meanwhile, Kara is seen absorbing the sun's light. The Justice League goes to face the Anti-Monitor, and a fight breaks out while they laser the Anti-Monitor, although this doesn't affect him as his shell are capable of protecting him from any damages. Nearby, Lex Luthor ordered the deactivation of the cosmic towers. Immediately, they informed him that those towers are the only thing keeping them alive at the Bleed. They eventually figured out that Lex Luthor is now under the control of the Anti-Monitor. Meanwhile, Kara is still busy cooking and absorbing the sunlight. As soon as she is done, she flew toward the Anti-Monitor with crazy speed force. Superman then ordered that they switched off the cosmic towers while we see Batman and Constantine back from their journey. Back to the Anti-Monitor, he is now fully charged and wants to target Earth 16. But just then, a bright light then appeared, blasting the Anti-Monitor in the chest. John then arrived and explained to Superman that there is no self-destruct option for Warworld, and what Superman saw was an entire planet transported via Zeta beam, saying he had help from a friend to make it a success. Meanwhile, the Anti-Monitor has recovered as he was only a bit damaged. Kara arrived, but they get informed that even now, Kara doesn't have the power to breach the Anti-Monitor body more. The Green Lantern Corps arrived and informed John Stewart that they are here to help him, and they are willing to share their lantern battery with them as it would be an honor. At Earth 10, the Supreme Leader goes to meet the prisoners named Charles Halstead, as he is now needed. Back to the Anti-Monitor, we sent an antimatter waves to a nearby planet, only for it to be blocked by the Green Lanterns, which they absorb easily. Meanwhile, Kara arrived at the scene with a lot of light. She told Superman that it is okay, she should have died in Krypton before then, telling Superman she loves him. Charles Halstead get an order from the Supreme Leader and began sending in a loud wave, making him have control of everything and everybody, including the Justice League. The Anti-Monitor then approached them freely, and went on with his destruction, but as he did so, a bright light from the planet then pushed toward his direction, hitting and damaging him. Everyone, including the Justice League, then get themselves back, while Charles Halstead then became weak. We get to see the Anti-Monitor trying to recover, but Kara then went into his body through his open heart, blasting and destroying him into tiny pieces. Superman rushes to go help her, so he took Kara into the spaceship, but now it seems Kara is dead, making him scream loudly in pain. They informed Superman that there isn't much time to cry, as there is more coming. They informed all that in an attempt for Constantine to save his world, he tried to destroy Darkseid by using the Flash as his weapon. So in an attempt to erase a fixed point in time, didn't change the universe as it shattered it. And now there are two universes, one with Darkseid and the other without, so Darkseid must exist. While also knowing about the infinite Earth and the multiverse is a cancer, and it growing, so it must be destroyed. They don't know what they could do to stop other anti-monitors from other dimensions. Meanwhile, Nightshade teleport to a place which is in between vibrational planes, more like nowhere. Just then, they saw the miracle machine they came for, as it has the power to bring to life whatever one can think. They brought the package to the spaceship as they planned using it to destroy the Anti-Monitor once and for all. They did informed that the anti-wave matter just reached Earth 508, while it approaching their own Earth soon. Constantine is of the opinion that they use the machine to make a timeline which is connected as one, but Superman doesn't want to give up on all those that had died. Lane then talked to Superman. Meanwhile, they tried figuring how to power the machine, but later find out that for it to work, the machine need a sacrifice. Everyone pointed to Constantine since he is the one to be blamed for all this. So he tried using his spell, but it doesn't work. Meanwhile, the Anti-Monitor kept on destroying more Earth. Wonder Woman volunteered herself to be the sacrifice, as this would give her life meaning. So she did as planned, which was successful as they got a new world and every heroes began entering the new world. Batman is scared as it took the end of the world for him to be able to let people into his life, but it does not happen this time. Helena motivated him, so he then decided to go into the new world. Earth 10 is almost done with its destruction, and we see Charles Halstead still trapped in his prison as he's about to be eliminated by the anti-wave matter. Constantine then stayed back and the Earth got destroyed. The scene cut to a scene where we see young Diana playing also with her mother. The movie Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths 3 then came to an end. If you enjoy a recap like this, kindly subscribe for more updates. Goodbye.